Hey, PS, great. The last digit of your like on this video is someone from the meme background, and the last digit of your subscription to my channel will show your subject from the meme background. So come down right now, subscribe and like. Look at the screen, pay attention to the last digit of your like and your subscription. And write someone from chalk background in the comments. It's simple, if your like is the 8th, and the last digit of the subscription is number 5, then you are a lemon with a cactus. Show your imagination and enjoy your viewing. And it's great for everyone, dear friends, you're on the Melancholy channel. In this video I will show you all the new meme playground cards, but before the start of the video, as always, I want to say a huge thank you to these guys for getting into my video. And if you want to get into my next video, then you just need to subscribe to the channel, put a like, write your top comment. Well, don't forget to subscribe to the card, the link is always in the description, it's always interesting there. In general, I will not drag out your time and enjoy your viewing. So, I want to present to your attention 7 new backgrounds. I don't even know how to properly name cards or backgrounds. I think backgrounds is a more appropriate name for this video. So, I want to show you 7 new backgrounds. The first one on the background is called the Apocalypse. Against this background, we are immersed in the world and the black background, in which we have a post-apocalyptic grotesque. This is the picture we have in front of us. And in fact, it seems to me, it would be interesting if the developers really gave us the opportunity to simply change the cards according to our will or, in principle, presented a wider variety of new cards. I want to present you exactly this map. Look, she's actually very pretty, I think. We have a couple of cars that have been abandoned for a long time. It transports us to some kind of world, I do not know, as if the Chernobyl atmosphere, where we have such old, mossy, not so beautiful, but still atmospheric trees. Cars that no one has been using for a long time, and houses that no one has been visiting for a long time. It is quite interesting, as it seems to me, the theme, and I think it would be interesting if such maps were added to the Melon playground. When creating this particular map, this particular background, I tried to do everything so that it would fit this concept of me background. That is, it will be some kind of parallax effect and, in principle, so that we are immersed in the atmosphere of the me background and it somehow does not get out of the concept of the game. It seems to me that I managed to convey all the right atmosphere of this game. What do you think about it? Write in the comments. And write in the comments, do you like this map and would you like me to make a mod with this map and basically add it to the public? I'm always very interested in reading your comments. Well, the next card we have is called Vismore. This is the secret of the 9th planet, in principle, which very much fits the concept of the game. Since we released a new map called Cosmos not so long ago, only 2 months have passed since that update. And it seems to me that the seaside planet, in principle, somehow fits even the story arc of this game, in principle, which is very similar to the truth. Let's say we move to the moon, where we have a map of space and then we have a map of the seaside, which in principle would be very interesting. Look, we have everything in such a bluish shade, which is very much suitable for the new backgrounds from previous updates. That is, too, some bluish shades, such a landscape is also with a parallax effect. And it seems to me that it would be quite interesting if we really saw this in our chalk background at this time. I wonder if the developers approved my, let's say, project and created something similar, and not as a concept or fashion. What do you think about it? Write in the comments, but in this I really like the map, to be honest, and in principle I am happy with what I, let's say, did. Write in the comments if you like this map. And we are moving on to the next map, so as not to linger, since I don't want to discuss this option much, because there are still many interesting backgrounds ahead that I would like to discuss and not stretch this video too much. Well, for the next background, we call the City 2048. I think this is a very interesting concept. Allegedly, a lot of years have passed, about 50, and in the 2048th year we had an apocalypse in the world of the chalk playground, and now all the old factories, all the old buildings have long been dilapidated and, in principle, have such a gray color that it is very atmospheric and very cool. I tried to add a little water, which I think would be interesting to add it to some kind of water map. And the landscape actually opens up very beautiful and interesting. The atmosphere conveys 100%. And think about it, you put Melon and he develops your game in such an interesting plot. It's very interesting, I think it would be nice to see the me background. Write in the comments again if you would like to see exactly this background me background. Well, the next background is called winter. And to be honest, I like winter the least, although it is also pretty cute. Pay attention to the landscape that opens up in front of you. I also tried to do everything with the parallax effect. We have mountains, we have Christmas trees in the near future, that is, snow, and it seems to me that it would be nice if something like this was added at the time of creating a new update before the new year. Something like that. It would really be interesting. It's snowing, we have such a New Year mood. Forest, snow, sticks, Christmas trees, everything would be very cool. It seems to me that this would also be a cool update for the future. But now, as it seems to me, they add snow in the summer, at least strangely. Therefore, I think that this is one of the most inappropriate works for today's video, but in principle, too, the work is actually interesting and has a place for its existence. Write in the comments how you like her and whether you like her or not. And by the way, rate from 1 to 10 all my works and which work you like the most in the comments. The best comment I will definitely put the following video, in principle, as always. And let's move on to the next background. And the next background we have is called The Canyon and it is made in the style of Days Gone. A game that really hooked me personally. And it seems to me that this atmosphere, you know, of a zombie apocalypse somewhere in the desert conveys very well. We have rocks in the background, in the foreground we have some kind of interesting path here, which is all made in such orange, yellow bedding colors. Naturally, I twisted the saturation to a minimum so that it still somehow coincided with the theme and, in principle, with the style of the game. That, in principle, everything looks very good. We have some dried plants here. That is all, we have a post-apocalypse. And the post-apocalypse, which we have is taking place in the canyon, which, I think, would be very interesting. Think about it, you flip through the map like that and the mountains in the background blur and go in different directions. It would even be very beautiful and atmospheric. You can put a huge number of buildings there and, in principle, for some films, it just seems to me that it happened perfectly. What do you think? As always, write in the comments. Well, I don't like the next job very much either, but in principle it is very cool in its own atmosphere. We have a city. A city that takes place in the far, far future, where we have just a crowd of people in the background. A huge number of details that indicate that this is the future. And in principle, the trick of this card is that it is night. That is, estimate the night map in a nice playground about the night map. You can say past the playground at this time only that we have it only in the color of space, which is not very easy to call nights, because nights are usually not in space in principle. It's simple there. There is no day or night. There's just a void. This is space. But the night city, it would be very interesting if we added more lighting there, which would fall on our melons. It would be possible to add a flashlight or torch. It would add light to the map, which I think is very interesting, but it seems to me that we will not see this soon, simply because it is very difficult to implement. Write in the comments if you like this map, but to be honest, it's a so-so. She'll go for 6 out of 10. Well, the last seasonal map in this list is autumn. Which, in principle, is ordinary and quite simple in its execution, but according to the idea, it would also be nice if our developers changed the background for each season. Let's say we have one background in spring, another in winter, and a third in summer. And in the fall, we have such a funny picture sticking to us. It would be cool if the leaves were still falling in the background. All this would be accompanied, of course, by a parallax effect, where the background would simply fly along with the camera, which in principle is very good. It is on this map that such colorful and interesting yellow and red colors prevail, which, in principle, are characteristic of us in autumn. And it seems to me that this is a very interesting map. But there is a small but. Autumn, as a rule, as such in other countries, in fact, which are especially warm, there is no such autumn as we have in the CIS countries, and this is the main problem. After all, the game is focused mainly on foreign traffic. When, as in our CIS countries, autumn is exactly what we are used to seeing it in life. So yellow, golden, so depressing. But in other countries it is usually warm there during this period of time, and that, it seems to me, it will never be possible to see melancholy simply because the seasons differ in different countries. Well, these are the cards we had on display today. These are the backgrounds. What background did you like? Write in the comments and rate it from 1 to 10. It will be very interesting for me to read what you like best. Well, the best map, the best painted map, if it pleases you, I will definitely make it in the form of a mod and add it to the game. And of course, I will salt it into open access. So go ahead and thank you all for watching, good luck to everyone, so far, and I remember my friend, as always, I'll see you one of these days.